how vital is it for Holy Spirit and people that do ministry today? Because I do know there are people that they don't believe the Spirit of God is alive and active today. They believe that signs, wonders, and miracles died off with the apostles. How would you encourage those people just to go forward and say, no, actually, Holy Spirit needs to be more prevalent now than at any time before?
Well, I would start by saying that he's not weird.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he doesn't work for us.
Wow.
He's not our employee. He's not our drunk uncle. He's God.
Yeah, so good.
He's God. He's the only member of the Trinity on earth.
So good.
I'd also say regarding the apostolic thing that miracles don't depend on the presence of apostles. They depend on the presence of the Holy Spirit.
Wow. Come on.
So, and I'd also say, sorry if we made him look like a commodity, and sorry if leaders made merchandise of him.
Wow.
Because he's holy, and he's the only person who can introduce us to Jesus. He's the only one who can build a church. He's the author of the scriptures. He's the only one who can unlock them. He's not interested in, at the same, let me also say this, he nowhere on his priority list is how cool Michael and Brian look when he starts moving.
Wow.
So he's not going, I want to do this, but I've got this need to make sure Michael and Brian come away looking dignified.
Wow.
That's not the goal. If that were the goal, then Jesus would have never spit in the mud and rubbed it on eyes.
Wow.
You know, if that were the goal, he would have never spit on someone's tongue.
Yeah.
You know, there were other ways to do it, but he yielded, and he was willing to be misunderstood. So the Holy Spirit, if God is done moving and healing on earth, for instance, what else is he done doing?
Wow.
So if any nature of the Lord shifts, any aspect of his nature, I should say, shifts and is time sensitive, my question would be, if he's not healer today, is he done being the judge today?
Wow.
Is he no longer king today? Does our salvation have an expiration date?
Wow.
If he changed his mind on healing, does he change his mind regarding salvation? So are we going to get to heaven and God changes his mind 4 billion years into the ages? And next thing we know, we find ourselves in hell. Hopefully not, and we know it's not the case.
Wow.
So people have failed in stewarding the presence and power of the Holy Spirit. There is no doubt about it. But people have failed in stewarding their money. People have failed in stewarding churches. People have failed in stewarding their marriages.
Wow.
Yet it doesn't take away the sanctity of that covenant. And so my heart for a generation is to realize that Jesus cannot be known without the Holy Spirit. And I pray that we, you included, that we would exemplify his nature well, and that we'd be faithful. And I want to challenge everyone here to get to know him. And you can't be the same.